All right. Well, I'm sharing the screen, but I think you need to activate it somehow.
Yes, we are doing.
All right,
Thank
here it
you.
is. Nice. Well, let me present myself. I'm Jon. I work in Wolt. I started here like 1 year and a half ago, or well, something like that. And initially, we didn't start working in Flutter, so there were other things that we need to work. I work in the retail team, so at some point in history uh, of our team, we needed to build a tool for internal retailers, and we decided that maybe integrating Flutter into Wolt was a good idea. So in Wolt, we have this team autonomy, which teams are able to decide the tools they want to use, obviously after having some discussions with the people in the same area. So for example, in our case was mobile, and decide if Flutter was actually a good fit for the company and if we had the expertise to maintain it. So what I'm gonna show in this talk is explain how Wolt was introduced. So I think it fits pretty well with what Tom explained in the previous talk. So how we convince and provide business explanations and reasons to introduce that in your company. And let's go to it. So who is me? Well, as I said, I'm Jon. I've been almost my whole career developing apps, mobile apps. Started doing some backend development back in the days. I started using Java, and well, Android was an easy choice. Didn't want to learn Objective-C. It's not my thing, and never been a fan of Microsoft. So whenever they started introducing Windows Phone in Nokia phones, that was not my thing. So I went for Android. And basically, as mentioned, during my whole career, I've been doing mobile apps. I've also tried React Native. So when I say that for a mobile developer, developing in Flutter is much easier, I know what I mean. I've been facing the pain. So whenever you start fetching or setting up your environment and you have your Flutter app running in 10 minutes compared to days of work in React Native, at least when I tried, then is you notice when maybe there is something good in this technology. So before I joined Wolt, I was working in Fresca. Fresca is a cleaning company, and we decided to build a self-service platform. This is a company that operates in the Nordics, and from that app, well, you could manage your cleaning services. Well, and we decided that for such a size company, it was good to go with a cross-platform technology. And actually, it was a good timing because I joined in November, and as Tom mentioned before, Flutter 1.0, the stable version, was released in December. So we wanted to give it a go. And after 1 month of work, we were able to have our first version. So we noticed that Flutter was something that we could build with very low resources. So then we decided to continue that, and still the Fresca app is built in Flutter. I joined Wolt in May on 2020, and we decided that, well, Wolt was already a company where we had lots of native experience and also a React Native app. So our courier application is built in React Native. So why we wanted to introduce a new cross-platform technology? So we gave some reasons here. So in our team, we didn't have any front-end experience, but we had large experience building mobile apps. So we were two mobile developers. By the way, hi to Daniel. I guess he's listening. So I appreciated your helping here as well and building a good reasonings of why we wanted to build this in Flutter. And we were very enthusiastic in trying something new, introducing that. And at least one of us, me, I was working in Flutter for 2 years. So back in those days, it was hardly possible to find developers with Flutter experience. And well, we had one of the team, so that was kind of a good reasonings as well. And for example, I'm not sure if you remember in February 2019, I was giving a talk on the benefits of using Flutter in companies. It was in Cubic. So I was there as well. So I've been quite active in the Flutter community in Helsinki side from the early stages. And well, the very good business reason, there is always a need to have a business reason here, is like we were able to provide this application in lightning speed. So moving from that kind of seeding stage to have a production application in place, we promised that it could be done in record time. So we started, well, actually, this is coming now. So we created the project the 9th of July. This was the initial commit, basically a README. But the project started or become stale for almost 2 months. So then the 31st of August, it was my first commit into the project where we added the login page. So basically we need authentication in place. So that's the very first thing we did. And the 14th of September, so 2 weeks after, my colleague Daniel started. He didn't have any coding experience, so he learned Dart using this project. And basically, it was me and him working in the same code base. And magically, the 26th of October, we had our first version out. So if you check the difference between 31st of August and 26th of October, it's like 7 weeks of active working time that we managed to have it ready. And we not only did the basic hack that then you need to rebuild it again, the same code that was actually built during that time still remains in this application that is currently being under development. So that means that in 7 weeks, we managed to build a production quality application that is still maintainable. We added tests, so we are test passionated. We quality first in our team, and we decided to also give it a go. So whenever you need to test and validate that the technology suits you, you need to validate all the tools that you need to build a production quality application. That it was the purpose of the retail team Wolt. And also set up CI. So I remember it was a pain to set up the iOS continuous integration in, I think, remember like a week, when in Android I could do it in hours. So that also took some time. But the 13th of October, the whole team went to a Wolt market where we could all of us test the application. Obviously, there were some bugs that we were fixing those. That was actually pretty nice. Then we celebrated with beers. But meaning that when we decided to go with Flutter, which was very some days before that my initial commit, until we were able to go to Wolt market and test it in production, it only happened like 2 months of work. So we decided to go with Flutter, and this is still a technology that is successfully being developed within Wolt at the moment. And that's it. Maybe I want